Let's go. And it looks like we're doing Zaeed's loyalty mission.
No messages for you, Commander.
I'm gonna pull who else we should take. Remember last time we played, Stream was pretty cruel and voted for Morinth over Samara, so we do have Morinth in our party now. Guess you could argue that it made sense. I think that the way we're headcanon is that our shepherd was confused. Zaeed, right? Help Zaeed, there it is. Part of what we're gonna do, we'll go do the Romance Morinth scene after we do the suicide mission in the game. Alright. Right now the votes are for Jacob or Jack. If you want to push your vote up, you can vote again and put a number after your vote. So like vote 1, 2 would be voting for the first choice and spending 2 sphere points on it. Otherwise I'll just pick between the two that are tied at the moment. Still need to get a lot of platinum. Yeah, it looks like it's going to be Jack. 2 votes for Jack at the moment.
Launching probe.
Guess we could use Palladium too. Hey Xenopixel, how you doing? Hey, that's 3 for Jack. Let's do it. Closed. Next game is at 3 o'clock Pacific. 3 to 4:30, it's Ogre Battle. Mud, Sweat, and Spores is how Blue Sun's mercenaries characterize the planet that gave birth to their home office. Lush Garden World is known for its heavy plant and fungal life. I feel like Mass Effect coined that term. Maybe someone is a bigger sci-fi nerd than me. They needed a quick way to say like a habitable Earth-like planet. And they went with Garden World, and I really like that. Anyway, spectacular jungle zones all over the planet. Despite persistent problems with rot and rust, Zoria attracts investors and corporations from all throughout the galaxy, since it has exploited only a fraction of its potential resources. The Blue Suns dominate security contracts on Zoria, so much that residents describe them less like a monopoly and more like a conquering regime. A reminder, Zaeed is this mercenary who joined our party, and all we know about him is that he has something to do with the Blue Suns, but none of the specifics. Lu Bu, Megman. Lu Bu has come to destroy us. Vote was for Jack, so let's do it. We got the more reasonable costume for Jack. Although her main costume makes sense for her character, so... Hear my normal complaints about that. There's no reason for her to also have warp ammo, so let's put more into pull. Do we have any information about the Nintendo NX? Anything at all other than rumor? Like, has that even been a formal announcement from Nintendo? I hope it's at least backwards compatible with the Wii U, because I love the Wii U as a console, and it would be a shame to see it abandoned just because it was marketed poorly.
Tapping into Blue Sun's communications. Stay tight and look out for ambushes.
Alright. You, sir, should have a sniper rifle. Keep you with a shotgun. I will use a sniper rifle as well for the moment.
Switch up.
Squad Bravo, a shuttle landed near your location.
Right.
Here we go. Keep close. It's definitely Vito's.
Looking for Vito Santiago, the important person within the Blue Suns. Hey, little monkey. Oh yeah, Matt. That's how they killed the GameCube, right?
Command to Bravo, take a position. Likely these people are not runaways.
These Pyjacks are from a planet in Mass Effect 1 called Elitania. Just kind of a throwaway little thing. It's part of the Mass Effect story writing style, is just make little throwaway lore references all over the place, and then let's build on them later now that we've established a foothold. It's also a story writing style that Vince Gilligan from Breaking Bad, he does this a lot too, where he'll just make a throwaway line or reference and build on it much later. It's cool. It has this sort of like pseudo improvisational style you normally only see in something like Dungeons and Dragons. You know, you have this collaborative storytelling effort. The GameCube was around way longer than the Wii U, so. Yeah, I think that's the big problem with consoles at the moment. They're trying so hard to keep their install base as big as possible, and as a result they're not taking advantage of the new hardware. I know Matt's talked about this a lot with the Xbox One and the Xbox 360. Like, stop making 360 games. Stop making your games playable on 360. No one has done that before. Yeah, I guess PS2 games were still coming out for a while after PS3 games, but you'd never have like a AAA title that went to both systems when the PS3 came out. It was always PS3 only. Sure, part of it is that like the Xbox One isn't that much better than the 360, unlike the 360 is streets ahead of the original Xbox. So it might be this problem we're going to have with new consoles from now on, that we're not going to have these quantum leaps of technology anymore like we used to back in the day. Yeah. It's a dangerous game. It's good to have games be accessible, but I don't know. I really dislike. I guess I'll put it this way: like, do it the way that the 3DS is handling it. If it doesn't need to be a new 3DS title, then just make it for the 3DS. But if it needs to be, don't make two versions. No, you can keep making PS3 games, but nobody's making a PS3 game that's just a PS3 game. They make a PS3 game and a PS4 version.
Any of you retreat while the intruders are still alive, I'll kill you myself. Now get the hell back out there.
Vito. Sounds like he hasn't changed.
I get the feeling you have a past with this, Vito.
I knew he was a sadistic bastard back when we started the Blue Suns. The Suns only got meaner after he staged his little coup 20 years ago. So yeah, we have a past.
You founded the Blue Suns?
Why didn't anyone tell me you founded the Blue Suns?
Because it's not common knowledge. Vito wiped me out of the records. He ran the books, I led the men. Worked real well for a while. Then Vito decided to start hiring Batarians. Cheaper labor, he said. Goddamn terrorists, I said.
20 years is a long time to hold a grudge.
A grudge. Vito turned my men against me. He paid 6 of them to restrain me while he put a gun to my head and pulled the trigger. For 20 years, I've seen that bastard every time I closed my eyes. Every time I sighted down on a target. Every time I heard a gunshot. Don't you call that a goddamn grudge?
I really like Zaeed's voice actor. He also has a more advanced character model, probably than any of the other characters. The voice actor playing him died like last year or a few months ago.
And you survived your ship getting disintegrated. A stubborn enough person can survive just about anything. Rage is a hell of an anesthetic.
We better get moving.
There is the southern axis. All squads mass at the gatehouse. Now!
They know we're here. Bring it on.
Alright. Really pretty world. Did a much better job, I think, with the random mission world design. A lot of things you can sit and appreciate. Keep at it.
Zaeed Masani, you finally tracked me down.
Vito.
Don't be stupid, Zaeed. I have a whole company of bloodthirsty bastards behind me, ready to kill or be killed on my command. Actually, take your shot. Give my men a reason to put you down like the mad dog you are. Again.
So, Zaeed took the Renegade Interrupt.
Nearsighted old friend.
Burn, you son of a bitch.
You just signed your death warrant, Masani.
Yeah, that's a good question. Turning the gas valve to make the explosion worse.
Opening the gate.
We don't sacrifice lives for the sake of the mission. There's always a better way.
Like what? Wandering out in the jungle for hours.
Yeah, Leon,
for another
makes
way
sense.
in. You want to waste time out here? Go ahead. I'm gonna kill Vito.
Alright, should we do this interrupt, yes or no? Paragon interrupt, vote 1 for yes, vote 2 for no. And I try to keep these interrupt votes very short, so I'll give it about 20 seconds from when you hear me say that on stream. Tie. Up, 2 for yes. All right, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and we'll go.
You're endangering lives and the mission for your own selfish revenge.
You really want to do this, Shepard?
I ought to knock you the hell out. Thanks to you, we have a burning refinery to save.
Let these people burn. Vito dies, whatever the cost.
Whatever the cost. I don't know if Jack talks in this mission. It'd be cool if they recorded lines for them, though. I think that's why Kasumi's mission is Shepard only, because they could get Jennifer Hale and Mark Muir back. But not the whole cast, to add some color commentary along the way. Pretty sure Zaeed is a day one DLC thing. Like, he was available, but you had to have the Cerberus network or something that you only got if you had a brand new game, so it was this system where EA was trying to discourage people from buying the game used. It was kind of messed up, actually.
Help! We're trapped! We can't get to the gas valves to shut them off! The whole place is gonna blow!
No time. Vito's probably halfway to the shuttle docks by now.
You're willing to watch these people die?
Damn right I am. We stop to help these people and Vito gets away. And if he gets away, I'm blaming you.
Okay, doing another poll here. Vote 1 to save the refinery workers. Vote 2 is get to Vito no matter what. There's gonna be one more vote on this mission. Get Vito no matter what. Looks like that's gonna take it. Vote 3. Alright, 5. Here, I'll type in chat.
Let's get moving before Vito gets away.
Glad you see it my way.
No! Help! No!
15 Renegade. I think we're already maxed on Paragon, so yeah. Don't really have to worry too much about Renegade. It might give us some more like visible scars. We'll see.
I'll take you out with me.
Splitting the party? What you talking about, Mega Man? Hey Cloud Reaver, how you been? I've noticed you playing this on Steam lately, man. How far are you? Whoa. And never split the party. Alright, Cloud Reaver. Ah, but see, I'm insulated from the feelings of responsibility for killing people by leaving it to democracy. In truth, it's Cappy and Mega Man's fault. Cool. Close to us, then. You've probably done more side quests than we have, though. We have Thane and Garrus to do after this one. Aw, yeah, Tallymancer. Hey, Dubstep, how you doing? Nice. You shoot those guys in the little pyro tank they have, they blow up and damage everybody around them. Or you do the more pedestrian thing and just headshot them. Alright, Jack. Good looking out with the pole there. Oh, I'm out of ammo. What's the problem here? Oh, have you not done Tallymancing before? I didn't think it was a father figure thing, but look at that. Right, Mega Man? I don't think they bother trying to handwave that in this one. Some RPGs do that. Bringing just 3 people is definitely a gameplay mechanic abstraction that a lot of games just avoid mentioning. They just assume that everyone's always traveling with you all the time. But like if you play Final Fantasy VII, they make some comment like, "Oh, we'll attract too much attention if we all travel together, so better split us into a group of 3." I think I prefer it when they don't even call attention to it. kind of messed up. You can hear the refinery workers screaming. Hey, new heavy weapon.
We can use this.
Don't think there's anything else worth picking up over here.
Going to cover. Engaging hostiles.
I get to be a pyro. But I'll probably just stick to the Revenant. Oh, well, let's just use the sniper rifle. We got some more ammo back. Who did you romance on your like OG playthrough, Cloud?
I'll bring this place down around you.
Very good. So I guess Jack, was it? Must have been if you were a male shepherd. Guess who else could it be? Miranda, I suppose. Whew. Things weren't looking too hot there. Came out okay though. Ashley, very good. I have never seen an Ashley romance. Is she still a complete butt to you when you see her in Mass Effect 2, if you romanced her? Oh, look at that. I guess you could shoot that thing down. Some extra damage.
Bring it down on top of him.
Whoa!
I'm haunting you, Shepard.
Sort of like the boss room. Ah, okay, very good. I had to work very hard to keep Caden from trying to romance me in Mass Effect 3. Just like anything you pick that's Paragon pushes you on that path. It has a very nice, I think, clever way of moving you out of it, though. Like, he asks a very pointed question at some point, and you can be like, you can let him down easy, basically. I think there might be infinite enemies in here. They just keep coming. Maybe if you're playing Paragon at all, you might see what I'm talking about when you get to Mass Effect 3.
New victims.
Whoa, bro. Can you not? No. Look out. When you headshot him like that, he does this like nuclear explosion. Yeah, please go ahead and post the link. That sounds awesome. This is the very low % run of Axiom Verge, possibly the only such run in existence on the internet at the moment. Yeah, post them both. Thank you. I'll be checking them out after stream for sure. No, like I said, I'll shoot you a subscribe on YouTube. I think you can like knock those down from the ceiling and have them land on an enemy for a whole bunch of damage. Post away. So, wouldn't have thought that was the way forward. Oh, I see. Very good. Be cool to see it though. Awesome. Shot you a subscribe. Did you figure out the route yourself then? I guess if you're the only one who's done it, I assume so. Axiom Verge is this cool, like, glitch-based Metroidvania game for PC. Played it once on stream, we'll probably beat it eventually.
Zaeed, please. You know it was nothing personal, just business, I swear. It was 20 years ago. Look at you. I did you a favor. Zaeed, please! I'm gonna die here, man! Do something!
Try, you son of a bitch.
Checks heatsink. I don't think I've seen this one before. I think I've always paragoned him. Even I think in Andrea's play, she saved the refinery workers because you didn't think like getting revenge on one guy was worth the death of all those people. He gets pissed at you if you do the refinery workers. That's really the big decision in that mission. And notably, this is one of the loyalty missions where you can actually kill Zaeed because he's being or insubordinate. If you go into the mission with enough Paragon points, you can either Paragon or Renegade him out of it. But if you don't have enough points, you just have to put him down, basically. Cool guys don't look at explosions. Oh, that's awesome, Nulu. Mm-hmm. Okay, I'm gonna do one more pull. I think we have time to do another loyalty mission if people want to do. Let's see, what should we do next? Loyalty Thane, loyalty Garrus, side quests, Citadel, exploration, DLC missions. Go. Vote 1 for loyalty Thane, 2 for loyalty Garrus, 3 for side quests, 4 for Citadel exploration, and 5 for DLC missions. Did I miss any loyalties? No. Garrus and Thane, that's it. See how Joker and Edie are doing. I don't know if they're going to have any new dialogue. It's been a little while. So you got 2 for side quests, 1 for Garrus' loyalty mission, 1 for Thane's loyalty mission.
Commander.
I assume everything's going well up here?
Good for now. Fractured my thumb on the mute, but I think I made my point.
Thane and side quests are now tied.
See you, Commander.
And you can spend sphere points in your vote if you really want to push it one direction or the other. I will tie break in the case of a tie. Oh, looks like we're probably doing Thane. It's just about everybody in chat. Give it a quick countdown here. If I can just set a default timer to like 10 seconds, that would be outstanding. Perfect, I can. Alright, I'll just use that from now on then. One means that you have one that was pending in a vote that was about to be subtracted from you. So if you had done vote 100, that there'd be a little 100 in parentheses, letting you know you're pending losing one. Okay, let's do assault rifle damage. Look at some of the other stuff too. Only need the biotic. Don't really need extra probes. We have plenty. Alright, we're doing Thane. Let's go do it. After Thane, if there's still time remaining, we're switching games at 3 o'clock to Ogre Battle. Any remaining time I will just do some extra planet side quests and then we'll pop into Ogre Battle. Did I miss a planet here? Apparently. It's only showing 75%. Hold on. Check those three. Where would the other one be? You need a lot. Oh, there it is. Huh. I don't know how I missed that. Beyond Tell. Water cracking industries. That's interesting. I wonder how much water is needed by, like, a galactic community. Oh wow, we dumped our palladium there, didn't we? Let's see if they have any palladium in this thing.
Launching probe.
I think I made my rank up requirements are actually quite a bit less aggressive than the default rank up requirements on Deepbot, where it's something like you have to have like 3 years of watch time to get to rank 1. So much water. 7 water. It's over here somewhere, right? Oh, it's not very good though. Yeah, we'll just leave that behind. I'll try to do a little bit of scanning here and there. Yeah, it's a good point, Cloud Reaver. I don't know. I don't want to go there yet, actually. So we're going to do that mission later. That's a DLC mission. That's the cool Hammerhead vehicle that they brought in as DLC to sort of replace the Mako. It is very weak armor. So I think they comment on that. They hang a lampshade on it in Mass Effect 3. But it's cool because all the planets for it are these basically platforming levels. I was hoping that they would bring that in Mass Effect 3, but alas, no such luck. We're all fueled up. Yep. Let's go. Hey Senfo, how you doing? So it is 76,000 minutes watched for rank 1. That's a very big number. Oh yeah, James and Cortez. I forgot all about that in Mass Effect 3. That's so great. They have the little banter all the time. Alright, so we're going to do Thane and Jack again, since that's what we voted for earlier. That's a good quote, Kami. Good call. I'd say about 7 water. 7 water.
I've found references to a forger named Thane in CSEC crime reports, Shepard. Perhaps that is a good place to start looking. Also, according to CSEC, a drill recently passed
I
through...
think this is our first time going through customs and talking to Bailey. Shit, excited. We came here once for the Kasumi mission, but it's just out here. We already listened to this awesome conversation, so I won't do it again, but it's pretty great.
I'm sorry, sir, but I'll need you to remove any biotic amp you might be wearing.
Shit. That's just great.
Shut it down. What? Do you seriously think? Yeah, okay.
I can back up and do it again, one sec.
Our scanners are picking up false readings. They seem to think you're dead.
Is this the one where one of the options you pick, you make a Monty Python reference? You say I was mostly dead.
I was listed as missing in action a couple years ago.
Would you mind checking in with my captain? He can reinstate you in our system. He's just past the scanners on your right.
This is one of the best ambient conversations in any video game I've played.
This recruits is a 20-kilo ferrous slug. Feel the weight! Every 5 seconds, the main gun of an Everest-class dreadnought accelerates 1 to 1.3% of light speed. It impacts with the force of a 38-kiloton bomb. That is 3 times the yield of the city buster dropped on Hiroshima back on Earth.
I don't think we're ever going to get away from Hiroshima City Buster as a metric for how explosive something is.
Serviceman Burnside, what is Newton's first law?
Sir, an object in motion stays in motion, sir.
No credit for partial answers, maggot!
Sir, unless acted on by an outside force, sir.
Damn straight! I dare to assume you ignorant jackasses know that space is empty. Once you fire this hunk of metal, it keeps going till it hits something. That can be a ship, or the planet behind that ship. It might go off into deep space and hit somebody else in 10,000 years. If you pull the trigger on this, you are ruining someone's day, somewhere and sometime. That is why you check your damn targets. That is why you wait for the computer to give you a damn firing solution. That is why, Serviceman Chung, we do not eyeball it. This is a weapon of mass destruction. You are not a cowboy shooting from the hip. Sir, yes, sir.
Best conversation ever. So what I love about that is that clearly a lot of time was spent world building before the story was created. There are 2 approaches to world building when you're writing fiction. One is to just, okay, let's just jump in it, let's define the characters, and as we play it out, we'll figure out what the rules of the world are. That's definitely the easier way to do it, and has its own kind of cool consequences. This way of doing it, though, of like, let's spend 6 months designing the rules behind the world, and then we'll make conversations and decisions that follow naturally from that.
You'd think Citadel security would be the tightest in the galaxy. I see no fewer than 14 fatal flaws a skilled assassin could exploit. 8 of them existed when I was here 10 years ago.
That's cool, Thane. Right, Cloud Reaver? You, he underestimates how much nothingness there is in space.
I know, sir.
See if I can post a cool link related to that here. One second, so I can find it.
I can take care of it.
No, sir. I can handle it.
Yes, I see the problem already, Commander.
Here, before I continue this, check out this link. They give you a little bit of an intuition for how empty space actually is. 1 pixel is the size of the moon in the case of that example, and there's a little button in the bottom right that has a C on it. You click on that and you'll start scrolling at light speed and get a sense of how far away things are and how much nothingness is in between them. Really cool link. I recommend you share it. It's great for getting an intuition for that. I think our human minds are not equipped to deal with that kind of vastness, so having a, something that you can comprehend in front of you helps a little bit.
My console says you're dead.
You're not worried I'm some imposter claiming to be me?
We have the best screening equipment in the galaxy. Those scanners can sample DNA from skin flakes. Hell, if you have unregistered gene mods, they can even figure those out.
Your sergeant said you could help with that.
Usually you'd have to go through the station security administration to reactivate your IDs. Then to customs and immigration to regain access to the Citadel itself, and probably a stop by the Treasury. Spending a year dead.
You might recognize this actor. He's from Battlestar Galactica. He's Saul.
See, you're a busy woman. So how about I just press this button right here, and we call it done.
Later, Cloud Reaver. Godspeed.
Couldn't one of us or both of us get into trouble for that?
There's no way to fool the DNA scanners in that tunnel. You're you. Why wait in long lines and fill out a massive useless hard copy paperwork to get to the same place? The Council does everything by the book. They've had thousands of years to write it. Sometimes things need to get done without a committee vote.
That image has always horrified me, Matt. Even without the little Cthulhu at the bottom.
You're not big on formalities, are you?
I'm with them right up until they keep people from doing their jobs. There. I just saved you about 9 days of running around. That said, you should head up to the Presidium and tell them you're still alive. The Council probably wants to talk to the one who saved their scaly ass.
Speaking of Battlestar Galactica, if you like sci-fi, the first, 5 episodes of the new series are outstanding, and there's a couple good ones after that. At least the second episode might be one of the best pieces of, science fiction TV ever made. It gets really weird and stupid really fast. It kind of, I don't remember if it suffered from the writer's strike like Heroes or not, but it got really dumb. But at the beginning, the potential it had, it was so awesome.
What's the easiest way to get to the Presidium from down here?
Head back through the security checkpoint and take a public shuttle.
I will. Having access to the Council and the Spectre's resources would be useful.
Yeah. The Council can get anything. Best thing about working CSEC is that any equipment, information, or money you need, you get. Anyway, something else you need? Or can I get back to work?
It's too bad because their ideas are so good. I've talked about this. I'm going to take a break from Mass Effect because this is an interesting idea. It's this idea of narrative, a narrative uncertainty principle that you can't have both of these things. You can either be in a position where you don't know what's going to happen next and that you're in your mind, you can suppose a superposition of all possible things happening next, and that feeling of, oh man, the story could go anywhere, I'm so excited to see where they take it, is extremely cool. But simultaneously, the brain wants to have its cake and eat its too. It wants to have the denouement. It wants to have the catharsis of the story actually having a satisfying ending. And even though there's infinite possibilities in that first case, no matter what choice you end up collapsing to, no matter how well you write the ending, even if you write the perfect, most satisfying ending possible, it still feels different from that moment of narrative uncertainty where it could be anything in any direction. So, I feel like the narrative uncertainty of, episode 4 or 5 of Battlestar Galactica, when they've started off, they've got a good start, there's nothing really weird happening yet, you're just like, oh man, this could go anywhere, I'm really excited to see how they wrap this up. The fact that they ended it poorly doesn't help at all. But I think it's kind of interesting that once you choose to end a story, that feeling is necessarily lost. Unless if you do something like Firefly, where you only get one season and then it gets canceled and everyone can be in this state of perpetual, oh man, it could have been so much radder. This is also what causes a lot of musicians. You hear about these musicians that we worship because they died before their prime. Well, maybe the reason why we think they're so awesome is because they died before their prime, or they died in their prime. They weren't able to get tired and boring anymore. You only got to hear their good stuff. You didn't let that that collapse. All you think of is, man, what was the potential if he had stuck around or she had stuck around and made more music? Anyway, back to business, back to business. Let's talk to Captain Bailey here, and then we'll move along.
It looks like most of the damage from Sovereign's attack has been repaired.
The Presidium was pretty shot up. Of course, they fixed that first. All the wards got hit with debris when the ship exploded. Most of the damage was superficial, and the Keepers got things restored fast. Tasery Ward got the worst. A big chunk hit near the Dillanaga concert hall. They're still clearing wreckage and trying to get power restored.
I need to talk to the Council. How can I get to the Presidium from here?
Head through the security checkpoint and take a public shuttle.
Tell me about this place.
All the wards are more or less multicultural, but the other 4 are dominated by Asari, Turians, or Solarians. In Zakira, we've got major enclaves of Volus, Elcor, and Hanar. There's also a human commercial zone at Shinakiba. We've got a few Krogan walking around, and I think I saw a quarry.
And paying attention.
I overheard your conversation. Make him scream a little?
This isn't a Presidium. All they have to worry about are protesters outside their free speech zones or someone's poodle crapping on the grass. Down here, we have drugs, organized crime, and murder. Policing a ward is like policing New York City. Sometimes you have to work outside the Council's rulebook.
Last time I was here, there were no human captains in CSEC.
No, CSEC took a lot of casualties when the Geth boarded the Presidium. The Special Response Division was hard hit. They stopped turning their noses up at human resumes. They needed bodies in uniform, and we had the most experienced bodies.
My associate's trying to find his son. We think a local criminal may have hired him.
That should be easy. We don't see many Drell here.
What you got, Bailey?
There we go. One of my men reported a Drell recently. And he was talking to Mouse. Interesting.
Mouse?
Ah, petty criminal. Probably not the guy who hired your boy, but a messenger. He's a former duct rat. Runs errands for anyone who'll pay.
What was it you called Mouse?
A duct rat. It's a local slang for the poor kids who grow up in the station. When they're small, they tend to play in the ventilation ducts where adults can't get to them.
Aren't the ducts dangerous?
Every couple of months, we pull a little body out of them. Lacerated by fan blades, broken by a deadfall, suffocated by vacuum exposure. Those are just the ones we know about. More just disappear. Maybe they get sucked into space. Maybe they fall into the protein vats the keepers run. Mouse survived long enough that he can't fit in the ducts anymore. He was one of the smarter ones, or the luckier ones.
What sort of trouble has Mouse been getting himself into?
Odd jobs for shifty people. Duct rats take whatever's available to get by. Data running, fencing stolen goods, selling illegal VI personalities. Actually, he was selling one of you.
Me?
Yeah, when you erased a file, it would say, I delete data like you on the way to real errors. Buggy, though. It crashed every half hour. The error message was about how the galaxy was at stake, and you should fix the problem yourself.
This is one of those throwaway jokes. I'm pretty sure it comes up in Mass Effect 3. It's been a while since I played it, but lots of little things like that I like. Earlier when I talked to him about humans in CSEC, I think that if you let the Council die, which we didn't do in this playthrough, he'll comment on that.
I've heard enough.
Mouse is usually upstairs outside the Dark Star. He works out of a public comm terminal. You should pick up a copy of the Shepherd VI when you talk to him. It sounds like your boy's running with the wrong crowd.
Yes, I agree.
If Mouse can't get you in touch with your son directly, he'll know who can.
I really like Captain Bailey's interaction with Thane on this mission. I don't know, it feels legitimate. The voice actors have chemistry.
You don't know us, Captain. Why are you going so far to help us?
I've worked Zakera for 2 years. Every day kids turn to crime because they've got no other choice, because their parents don't care. You're trying to save yours.
He faces a dark path.
We better hurry then.
I know, man. Thane's sunglasses are pretty cool.
You didn't tell him that Kolyat plans to assassinate someone.
He's a cop. He tried to stop Kolyat, and one of them could end up dead. I don't want that.
Yes, of course. Thank you, Shepard.
Oh my god, the books are so bad. Never read the Dexter books. Never, never, never. I read them I hadn't read about them, so I was like, oh yeah, it's probably, the book's always better than the TV show, right? No. In the books, like, serial killers are basically superheroes that are possessed by these demon dark passengers that are like devil gods from Semitic religions, and like you can like have the serial killer evil spirit jump from person to person. Oh my god, it's so bad. So bad. Hey D-Rock, how you doing, man? Shouldn't really be any big Mass Effect spoilers for this part. We're doing what's primarily a side quest. Oh, can we get Alcor Hamlet on this thing? Yes! Wait. So remember, the Elcor are the race that cannot... Like, they speak in monotone because most of their inflections come from odors and, like, very slight movements that other races don't perceive. So they have to, like, preface what they're saying with the emotion that they're feeling, like, terrified or excitedly. And there's a throwaway joke in Mass Effect 1 when you're on the... you're on one of the elevators. It says, hey, there's, like, this 16-hour Elcor Hamlet that you can go see. Insincere endorsement. Yeah, friendly. How is everyone tonight? Can I help you with anything? I think there must be more like elephants, maybe.
I was just walking by.
Be my take on it.
I just got a refund and exchange. I was told.
Oh, this human customer over here. I mentioned there's a guy in Mass Effect 1.
Look, it took me a long time to get this refund. It's a Cision Omnigel converter. He said there'd be one waiting for me.
Do you have a service order?
No, I got the refund, made the exchange, and then he said go to the warehouse.
There's this guy who's like talking with this Turian on the Citadel, trying to get a refund for something, and it's trying to demonstrate how the Turians are still kind of racist against humans. And the running joke goes across all 3 Mass Effect games. Hey, it's Darkstar. Because I'm dead in their systems. I think we actually want to go the other way, though. Elcor, like, it's so hard to come up with interesting alien races. I love the way that they're designed. It's genius. Yeah, it sounds right, Senfo. It's a fun little inside joke that runs through all 3 games. I'm gonna be sad if Mass Effect 4 is like going to Andromeda. I don't know how many jokes they can carry over. We'll see. They could probably include some of the random, like, non-player character NPCs in the mission to Andromeda. Like Morlan, maybe. Or like Cal Rieger.
An exogeny archaeological team has been reported missing. They were last seen in the IAEA cluster's Enos system, an area of heavy pirate activity.
Yeah, I can get that. No problem. Well, okay, that might be more difficult. Yeah, sure. I can get you 2 cases by the end of the day.
You mouse?
What are you... Oh, shit. Krios. I thought you retired. Commander Shepard? I thought you died.
Both wrong.
Come with me.
Be still, Mouse. You can change your pants in a moment.
How do you know Thane?
Krios? He didn't... If he didn't say nothing, I ain't either.
When we heard the name, I didn't think it could be the same Mouse. He was a contact on the Citadel when I was active. He and some other children would gather information on my targets.
You put children in danger to spy for you?
Children, the poor. My people's word for their kind is Dralafa, the ignored. They're everywhere, see everything. yet they are never seen. You gave another Drell instructions for an assassination.
I love Thane's voice actor's delivery.
I don't know. I didn't ask. Because the people I work for?
Should I punch this guy? Hold on. And I'll give it a 30-second timer here. It'll give you a heads up when it gets down to 15 seconds or 10 seconds. Looks like we're punching him.
We don't have time for this.
God, Thane, help me.
Help me, Mouse. My
Hey,
son is
Savetnik.
out there, in the dark.
That's why I carried for him. I thought you'd want me to. Please.
Explain.
He came in, said he was looking for work. He had a hollow of me, the one you took, Krios. I put the word out. Use your old contacts. Elias wanted to hire him. Elias Kellum.
Kai Lang, you mean, Zenfo? Who is an important character in the second Mass Effect book that just about nobody read. Second and third ones, I think.
One other thing. That Shepard VI you're selling?
Oh shit, you heard. Look, you were dead. It was totally legal to make a
I want
VI of
one.
you.
Give me a copy and we'll call it even.
What? I mean, sure, yeah, absolutely. Sorry about the whole... Just so you know, there's 3 Volas who are patching it all the time.
3 Volas who are patching it all the time.
Tell me about Kellum.
Human. Moved to the Citadel.
Actually, reading the books about Kai Lang makes his presence in Mass Effect 3 much more tolerable. I'll talk about that when we get to it. Try not to spoil too much for the upcoming Mass Effects, because we've got people watching who haven't played the games before.
Now he runs the rackets on the lower end of the ward. Shin Akiba. He's seriously bad news.
I didn't want to do that, Mouse. We just don't have much time.
Just go away, man.
Mouse, I'm sorry too.
Just go.
That's interesting, Zenvo. I went ahead and cleared your comment, though. In case anyone's watching on YouTube and doesn't want a spoiler about Mass Effect 3.
That couldn't have been easy.
Mouse knew more about my life than Cole ever did. He smiles up at me, broken teeth and scabby knees. Bare feet black. A dead-end future looking up at me, worshipping the petty gifts I offer. I was the only good thing he had back then. But I left him, as I left Kolyat.
Knock off the mopey
Blame
crap.
yourself.
If I don't, who will? We must carry...
Have you tried Galaxy of Fantasy yet?
Galaxy of
Love that
Fantasy.
game.
World of
It's
Warcraft.
based on Turian mythology, but it's really fun. I hear it has 11 billion players now.
Yeah, I think at the time, World of Warcraft had 11 million players.
Do you have any games you'd like to trade in? You get 2 credits toward a new game. You know what's good? Alliance Corsair. The battles are pretty realistic, but it's still fun. And you can install...
God, there's so much cool stuff just like walking around here. One sec. We're going to do another vote here related to the Thane mission. That's kind of cool. There's a lot of different ways you can handle this. Yeah, Citadel in this one is outstanding. Sad about a lack of Presidium in this one. I did enjoy going to the Presidium. But being more focused on the ward certainly makes more sense, as I've said this before, like the aesthetic of Mass Effect 1 is the Paragon playthrough. The menus are all blue. You spend all your time in Citadel space. You're mostly on the Presidium. Mass Effect 2, the menus are orange, like the Renegade color scheme. You spend most of your time in the Terminus systems, not in Citadel space. You know, you're working with Cerberus. You're in the wards, not the Presidium. And I think the intent is that Mass Effect 3, you decide which of those two you ultimately want to fall in with. Hey, we did that. So that was the Bring Down the Sky DLC. I think Stream voted to let the terrorist guy go so that we could save the hostages. Yeah, definitely Empire Strikes Back to New Hope.
Yes?
And that's intentional.
Can we talk about my associate's son?
You talked to Mouse? Did you get the name of the guy he's working with?
Elias Kellum.
Kellum. Shit. Look, this is awkward. Kellum and I have an agreement. He doesn't cause too much trouble and buys tickets to the CSEC charity ball from me. In return, I ignore him.
He pays you off. You were eager to help us before. What about now? Is it too inconvenient?
I said I'd help. It's just there'll be repercussions
yeah, it's cool
if I
info.
don't handle it right. He and I give each other space. It keeps the peace. I'll get some of my people to bring him in and set him up in a private room. You can interrogate him yourself. I'll stay out of sight, and if I'm lucky, Kellum will believe that I had nothing to do with it.
Bring him in. We might not have much time.
I'll make it happen. Wait here.
There's actually another option we can do here, but only if you save the council, and only if you have already talked to the council and been reinstated as a Spectre, which we haven't done. No one's voted for that, so we won't have that option. But I'll tell you what it is afterward because it's fairly funny. I'll let this go here.
We've got Kellum. Tell Bailey we're ready.
He'll expect me to get him out of this.
Not today, I think.
Captain, his lawyer's here.
Bet Elias has his VI set to page him if CSEC gets within 10 meters.
I'll stall him. Get in there and work fast.
We should question him together. Keep the pressure on. Thoughts on how we approach it?
Alright, so how should we do this? Should Shepard be good cop or bad cop? I'm wondering if I can be bad cop with without any renegade. I guess we'll find out. Axe Cop. Everyone should read Axe Cop. It's this funny web comic that's like written by a 5-year-old and drawn by his like 20-year-old brother. Alright, looks like we're gonna be the bad cop.
You talk to him. Appeal to his self-interest. I'll put the screws to him if he needs it.
Very well. I'll pretend to be on his side. But if we waste too much time negotiating, Bailey won't be able to stall Kellum's advocate.
Get me out of these restraints, Bailey. Pretty funny bringing me down here like this. Who the hell are you two?
Yeah, this is the one. If you are a Spectre, so if you saved the council, you became a Spectre, they reinstated your Spectreship, and you had a slight amount of Renegade, you can pick I'm a Spectre, start talking, he's like, Spectre, shit, and he just tells you everything and you skip this whole sequence, but we're not that, so.
You ordered a hit on someone. You're gonna tell me who.
The only person I'm talking to is my advocate.
Here's how it works. I ask a question, you answer the question. You speak when you're...
Okay, hold on, I got one more thing to ask chat. Should we use force, yes or no? We did save the council, but we didn't talk to the council to get reinstated as specters. Citadel's been on the vote list since we started Mass Effect 2, and we've never actually come here to do any Citadel quests, like talking to Anderson or the old council, so we haven't been reinstated. I fixed the timer on that one. It's actually closing in about 15 seconds from now, so go ahead and try to finish your vote. Alright, using force.
Who the fuck you think you
Mr.
are?
Kellum, I don't believe you were paying attention.
Nice. You just
Alright, Cappy. It'll be the last thing we do. We do all this stuff and then we'll go to talk to the council.
As soon as Bailey gets here. Just tell us what we need to know. My associate isn't very patient.
What are you, frog boy? Our little sidekick? What, kid? You gonna bore me into confessing? You ain't shit.
Works for me.
No! Do you know what I'll do to you when I get out of here?
Keep it up, tough guy. You'll leave in a bag.
Go to hell.
Ease up. He's no use to us dead.
Are we done here? Because I got people to see.
I'm done being patient. Give me a name or I'll cut your balls off and sell them to a Krogan.
Joram! Joram to lead. Torian in the 800 blocks.
He's unconscious. No need to wake him up, I think.
He'll wake up with a headache. No permanent damage. We have Kolyet's target. Let's get to Talid before he does.
Agreed.
What's the story? Why'd Kellum hire the boy?
Assassination. A Turian named Joram Talid. You know him?
Joram? Yeah. You might have seen his posters around. He's promising to end organized crime on the ward. Thing is, his message is all mixed up in...
He's Cornelius Slate in Bioshock Infinite.
He's anti-human.
Hey, Gar. How you doing?
Are things so bad that people can openly campaign as anti-human?
Before the Battle of the Citadel, the alien population thought we were violent upstarts. Look what's happened since then. A human fleet guarding the station for months. C-Sec filled with humans.
It's also apparently been the voice of Gilgamesh for a long time now.
That we earned our place here. But that seems to piss them off more.
If a majority votes for him, like it or not, that's how the system works.
That's a nice ideal, Shepard. Sergeant, get a patrol car. These two need to get to the 800
Let's do it.
Yes, sir.
This is mostly a social mission, I think, this side quest with Thane. Not a lot of combat, if I remember correctly. Maybe a little bit.
There he is. How do you want to play this?
Follow Talid on the maintenance catwalks. Tell me what he's doing. The Krogan bodyguard will make him easy to follow.
Where will you be?
The darkest corner with the best view. Amon Kira, Lord of Hunters. Grant that my hands be steady, my aim be true, and my feet swift. And should the worst come to pass, grant me forgiveness.
Cool, look at that. Vanishing. Alright, this is an easy mission to screw up, so I'm going to make a new save point just in case. I have screwed it up before.
You can count on.
Show the humans they won't get their way. Ha, thanks. Just remember, it's not all about the humans. They couldn't have gained this much power without the council's support.
Yeah.
Taking back
sneaking
our board
mission.
is only the first step. We must remove the cowards and...
I'm on him, Thane. He's talking to some voters.
Understood.
You're in position?
Yes.
It's been wonderful talking with you all. I hope you'll come out on election day.
update him in time.
Looks like he's talking to another voter.
Any sign of Cole yet?
No.
I move him to another position. Ahead of him.
It's been wonderful talking with you. I hope you come out on election day.
Okay, no secret items here.
Stay close, Shepard. No problem so far. Do you have the target?
I've got him.
Target in sight.
Mess with Thane.
Can you give me an update? I'm almost in position. He's letting the bodyguard do all the work. That lets him deny involvement.
So the Turian is shaking them up. Don't remember the specifics around how you can screw this up, but timer runs out, you're in trouble, you can follow him the wrong way, you can follow too close to him. You get suspicious and like goes to ground basically.
I'm following. No problem so far. What's he doing? I don't have a good angle. What's he doing?
One of his guards is talking to the bartender. Looks like a shakedown.
I'm relocating to the next room. Let me know if anything changes. Target in sight.
Maybe you'd better do the damn job I pay you for.
I may have just screwed up, I lost the little meter there. If I did, I'll reload real quick. Yeah, see how the meter went away?
Stay on him, Shepard.
Maybe we're okay, maybe it just popped up for no reason.
No sign of trouble. Don't get too far away. Don't let him get away.
We'll see what happens here. If it doesn't go the way I want it to, I'll reload, because it would have been just a silly mistake there.
Thane.
I saw.
He's heading to Talid's apartment.
Okay, I think we're okay.
Cole yet?
This is a joke. Now you show up.
Help me, Drell. Do whatever you want.
C-Sec, put the gun down, son.
Get out of my way. I'm walking out. He's coming with me.
They'll have snipers outside.
I don't need your help.
See, Paragon interrupt? Yes or no? I vote 1 for yes, 2 for no. I think it's going to be yes, but I'll let it run out anyway. Matt is firmly in the never hug people, always punch people camp, I think. We have 2 votes for yes, 1 for no. Closing 10 seconds from when I'm saying this.
What the hell?
Zaeed, get the hell out of here.
Didn't actually shoot him, just shot to distract him.
Yeah, I will.
Take the boy into custody.
You son of a bitch!
I'll try to run that timer. That way you can always watch chat. Ignore what I'm saying about time remaining because of the Twitch delay, but the chat, when it pops up saying you have 10 seconds left, that's your chance. Maybe I'll make it like a, I don't know, a 40-second vote. Then I think it gives you a pop-up at 30 seconds and again at 10 seconds, so you have a little bit of time to react.
Your father doesn't have much time left, Goliath. He's trying to make up for his mistakes.
What? So you came to get my forgiveness? So you could
Who
die in peace or
earns?
something?
I came to grant you peace. You're angry because I wasn't there when your mother died.
You weren't there when she was alive. Why should you be there when she died?
Your mother. They killed her to get to me. It was my fault.
What?
After her body was given to the deep, I went to find them. The triggermen, the ringleaders. I hurt them. Eventually killed them. When I went back to see you, you were older. I should have stayed with you.
I guess it's too bad for me you waited so long, huh?
How sad he looks behind his cool
I've
shades.
taken many bad things out of the world. You're the only good thing I ever added to it.
This isn't a conversation you should have in front of strangers. Boys, take Goliath and his father back to the precinct. Give them a room and as much time as they need.
I'm surprised you're letting him do that.
Bailey's a
You
man.
think he's the only man who ever screwed up raising a son? I have to get back to the precinct. Come on, I'll give you a lift.
I like Thane's loyalty mission and the whole story there. I think that Paragon interrupt you need to have Max Paragon to be able to do. You can try to talk him out of it too. Or I think that mission can also end with Goliath getting shot. Either way, not good for Thane. I was saying Boo earns.
They've been in there a while.
The kid's been
Yeah,
through a
Leon.
lot. I ran some searches in the
There's a couple of them that are a little
Citadel.
different. Garrus's
10
is different
years
too.
back, a bunch of real bad people were killed. Like someone was cleaning
More
house.
socially focused.
The prime suspect was a drill. We never caught him.
10 years is a long time. Whoever was responsible for that probably doesn't exist anymore.
Yeah, I guess you're right about that.
How'd it go?
Our problems, they aren't something I can fix with a few words. We'll keep talking, see what happens.
Your boy shot some people. No one I feel sympathy for, but there it is.
I watched those guys shaking down businesses and threatening humans.
But he can't just get away with it.
The kid wants to make a difference. Give him community service.
Community service for attempted murder? What jury would agree to that?
None that I've seen. This would need to stay out of the judiciary. Strictly within CSEC.
Interesting. I'll think about it.
Cool. Alright, let's go to the ship. We'll do some wrap-up conversations with some of the people we've recently done loyalty missions for. I'm gonna stop maybe 4 minutes from now. Let's see how much time there is. Go take a break to feed the cats, run to the restroom, that kind of thing before booting up. Ogre Battle, which we'll be playing from 3 until 4:30. Because I try to keep Ogre Battle as a final game so we can run over late if possible, finish whatever battle we're in, but I think we did that last time, and I just did a save state that I have to load. So I'll be loading a save state for that game. We'll play right to 4:30, I'll save state again, and we'll switch over to Secret of Monkey Island. New game today. What's the Inspire mechanic? I've seen that on cards, but I'd never read the original post that explains what it does and how it works. Oh, that's cool. A neat idea.
Commander, you've received a new message at your private terminal.
Hey, Emily Wong. She was the reporter we helped out in Mass Effect 1. Shaira. She's the consort from the first game. Mm-hmm. Choices are bugs, Senfo? What do you mean? Oh, really? I thought the only thing that wasn't imported correctly from Mass Effect 1 was your decision for dealing with, what's his nuts? Conrad Werner. Is the Emily Wong thing also imported incorrectly as well, if you, like, tell her to F off? Yeah.
Do you need something?
Have a few minutes to talk?
Very well. I had been recording a message for Kolyat.
How are things going with him?
It is difficult. All things worth keeping are. I never explained. I suppose the story of my wife's death took you by surprise.
You talked a lot about your people, but not much about yourself.
It's not that I don't trust you. I'm not used to trusting anyone, especially since Irika was killed.
I like their naming convention.
Laser gun trembles on the target's skull. The smell of spice on a spring wind. Sunset eyes defiant in the scope. That was Irika. That was how I met her. She saw my targeting laser as she walked by and threw her.
I'm going to be very careful. Stream already voted to not have... We're going to save ourselves. Shepard's not going to do a romance in Mass Effect 2. We also didn't do a romance in Mass Effect 1, so I'll be careful not to trigger one with Thane here.
So how'd she go from blocking your shot to having your children?
I had to meet her. The memory possessed and endowed me. I fell on my knees before her, begged her pardon.
Hey, fluffy dude, how you been?
Beyond my work. Eventually, she forgave me. Later, she loved me.
I guess she impressed you.
She woke me up. Her body trembles, not fear. Indignation. Her mouth moves. How dare you? You and I trained to sacrifice ourselves to save others. How often does a civilian step in the way of a bullet to protect someone they've never met? I thought she was the goddess Urashu. She met my eyes through the scope, and my purpose faltered.
When you talked to Kolyat, you said she died.
I let myself become complacent. I thought Irika and Kolyat were safe. I stayed away too long, and my enemies came for her.
Who came for her?
Batarians, a slaver ring that was preying on Hanar outer colonies. I'd killed their leaders. They paid the Shadow Broker to find out who I was. But they were afraid of me, so they went after her.
You told Kolyat that you hunted her killers down.
Irika woke me up. When she passed, I returned to my battle sleep. My body hunted her killers, murdered them. I was taught to grant death quickly, cleanly, to minimize suffering. Them, I let them linger.
I don't think that's something you should share with Koliat.
Irika helped me carry my burdens. With what time I have left, I must help him with his. I haven't spoken about my wife. I don't think I ever have. I didn't have anyone left to tell it to.
Just say, I want you, Thane, right here. Yeah, just focus on your son. It seems like an interesting place to pick that option.
You're talking to your son again. That's huge. Don't lose sight of that by dwelling on should-have-beens.
You are correct, of course. Thank you for listening, Siha.
I think my translator just glitched.
Nicole, the translator glitched.
Siha. Someday I'll tell you what it means.
You don't get that if you play as a male shepherd. Alright, so we're at time. Let me go ahead and save. Boot up Ogre Battle, let it run in the background for a little bit while I take a couple-minute break to feed the cats. And we'll be back in 4 or 5 minutes or so.